at a question from the 2018 ordinary level DCG paper. It's the Geologic Geometry question C1. The accompanying map located on the back of section A shows ground contours at 5 meter vertical intervals. Part A, on the drawing supplied, draw a vertical section profile on the line AB. Part B, a vertical pylon is to be built at point A. On the profile, determine the minimum height of the pylon if its top is to be visible from the ground at point B. Part C, the image on the right shows a section of the new M17 motorway linking Galway and Clare. Earthworks were necessary to accommodate the roadway as shown. CD is the centre line of a roadway which is level at an altitude of 25 metres. Using side slopes of 1:1 for the cuttings and 1:2 for the embankments, complete the earthworks on the northern side which are necessary to accommodate the roadway. Note, the earthworks on the southern side of the roadway have already been completed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how to do a vertical section profile of the line from A to B to start with. Then we're going to look at how to complete part B, and then the new part to this question, completing the earthworks necessary for a roadway. So we need to get a vertical section profile on the line AB. So if we look at the line from A to B, the height at A is 30, the height at B is 45, and we can see then we have all the heights in between. So the minimum height is 10. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to identify where all the points cross the line. Now, because the minimum height is 10 and our maximum height is 45, I'm going to start up here where they want us to draw the vertical section with a height of 10, and I'm going to measure up in 5s to 45. So that's going to be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So now what we need to do is bring up our points where the line AB intersects each contour. And then we're just going to identify then where each point is. Once you've that done, then join up your points. Okay, so that's the vertical section from A to B completed. Part B says a vertical pylon is to be built at point A. On the profile, determine the minimum height of the pylon if its top is to be visible from the ground at point B. So a pylon has to be built here at point A, which is a height of 30 meters, and it has to be visible from the ground at B. Okay, so imagine that you're lying down the ground here at point B. What is the minimum height of the vertical pylon going to be at A, so that you'll be able to see it at B? To do that part of the question, what you're going to have to do is draw a line. Do that in a different color. So at point A, the ground is at a height of 30. So the pylon would need to have a minimum height of 6 meters above point A to be visible from B. So I'm just going to write in 6 meters there. Now, part C of the question then says CD is the center line of a roadway which is level at an altitude of 25, so from C to D. Okay, and I'm just going to put in the altitude, so it's 25 meters there, 25 meters here. Using side slopes of 1:1 for cut and 1:2 for the embankments, complete the earthworks on the northern side which are necessary to accommodate the roadway. So it's just in the top that we have to do. So it says that our cut is 1:1. So cut ratio is 1:1, and then the embankments, which is also called the fill ratio, is 1:2. Now, because our vertical interval is 5 meters, we need to multiply that number by a ratio. So 5 meters by 1:1 would give us 5 millimeters of a vertical spacing, okay, for the cut, and then our ratio for the fill is 1:2. So again, you're multiplying 2 then by 5, and you're going to get 10 millimeters. Now it's 5 millimeters and 10 millimeters to scale. So if it's level at an altitude of 25, we need to go along our motorway now and identify where the 25-meter contours are, because that's where it's going to touch our motorway again. Okay, so we've 2 points. So we can see that from here to here, the contours are greater than 25. Okay, so that means the ground is higher than 25. So we're going to have to cut away in this section. Okay, now between these two 25s, then you can see the contours are less than 25. Okay, so that means the ground is lower down than the road. So we have to fill up to the level of the road. And then from here then to the end, all these contours are greater than 25. So again, we're going to be cutting them away so it'll go to the level of the road. So we have a part that we need to cut, fill, and cut. So the cut ratio is 1:1, so we need to go 5 millimeters apart. Okay, so because our road then is 25, the next one then is going to be 30 for cut, and then 35. So identify then where each one crosses, and then just join them up. Okay, now the fill part then, the ratio is 1:2, and it's 10 millimeters apart. Okay, so then this is 25, so this is going to be 20, 15, and 10. So then identify where each of them cross. and draw in your curve. The last part then is again a cut. So what we're going to be doing is the interval is going to be 5 meters. So then this is going to have a height of 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. Okay, and then again identify on your contour where each cross. And join up your points. The last thing that we have to do is we have to annotate the parts that are going to be cut and the parts that are going to be filled. Because you have to imagine that when they're building and constructing roads, they have to be able to read these contour maps. So we have to just annotate for that. So what we're going to do is put in earthworms. So the earthworms on the fill part go towards the road. Then on the cut part, they go away from the road. Okay, and it's important that you put them in as well because there's marks in the question going for that. Okay, so that is the earthworks completed for the roadway between C and D that is level. Okay, thank you for watching.